Welcome to Local World TV on the Geopolitico.com for August 2nd, 2010. Exactly 4 months from today, President Obama may be a lonely man at the White House and in Washington, D.C. That's because November 2nd is the date for the midterm congressional elections in the United States, and many political pundits expect that the Democrats may lose their wide majorities in both the House and the Senate. Now, elections in the United States are often about domestic policy, but they are even more so in times of acute economic distress. Today, you have 9.5% levels of unemployment, underemployment in the high teens, a deficit projected of at least $1 trillion per year for the next 10 years, and a number of other problems that continue to contribute to America's economic malaise. In response, you have a furious movement calling for change, led of course by the typical talking heads such as Fox's Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, radio talk show hosts like Rush Limbaugh, and so forth. But you have also a foundation of people, perhaps self-proclaimed real Americans, angry Americans, who are frustrated and feel that the president and the Democrats are disconnected from mainstream America. Now, it can be easy to dismiss them, but it could have been easy to dismiss the evangelicals who for the last decade and a half have formed a bedrock of Republican support. Today, the Tea Partiers, who perhaps yesterday were disaggregated and disconnected, are connected via the internet, via blogs, social media, and are mobilizing. In fact, they could be credited with contributing to Scott Brown's victory in the special Senate election in Massachusetts when Ted Kennedy died, which was a complete surprise for many people in the media and political punditocracy alike. In 1994, Newt Gingrich led the Republicans to overturn the House and Senate majorities that the Democrats held. In fact, he increased the Republican number of seats in Congress by 54. Today, the Republicans only need 39 to overturn the majority in the Senate, in the House, In the Senate, there are 37 seats up for grabs, and it's not inconceivable that the Republicans could also overturn the majority in the Senate by winning a lion's share of those seats. In 1994, just like today, there was an unpopular healthcare policy. Then it was called Hillary Care. Today it's called Obamacare. There was a liberal president, Bill Clinton. Today there's a liberal president, Obama. So with the election in 4 months and the acute political sensitivities, it's likely that President Obama will not have a chance to make any bold moves, particularly on foreign policy. But what is more worrying is that 2012 is very, very close. Obama today, according to Gallup, has a disapproval rating of 47% compared to a 45% approval rating. In fact, he has had almost consistently for the last month, according to Gallup, higher disapproval ratings than approval ratings. Will he be a one-term president? I asked Jimmy Carter that question a few weeks ago when he was here in Dubai, and President Carter said, well, I'm probably not the best person to answer that question. And then the advice he gave to Obama was act with your conviction. Well, if there's any type of political maneuvering or foresight in Obama's team, with David Axelrod advising him, he's likely not to follow his conviction if it's going to hurt his chances to win a second term. It is a harsh statement to make, but that is the political reality of the situation. So what about foreign policies towards Afghanistan, Iran, Israel, Palestine? Well, I think the honeymoon is over for a lot of people with President Obama already, and it will be even more so in the Middle East as we move towards 2012. That insecurity will mean President Obama is less likely to challenge Israel, less likely to make peace overtures towards Iran, less likely to follow through with the cut-and-run policy in Afghanistan that will make him look weak in front of an electorate. So effective changes in foreign policy over the next few years will only work in the United States if they respond specifically domestic, if not populist concerns. Well, thanks for joining us today, and I hope you join me next time for Local World TV on the Geopolitico.com. And always remember, globalize your mind.